super hard, and we made the mistake of not raising the fly flaps. Remember, we staked them straight down just for the time being, and we're going to raise them up once we moved in, but we weren't thinking about the fact that having the fly down like that was going to let the tent wall get very wet. So what we have here is a slightly wet head of bed where it was touching the tent wall. So Jack is outside fashioning some poles to hold the tent flap up so we can still get through with the ATV and all that. That's what I did on the other side, and that worked really good. So I also put a plastic bag moisture barrier in the meantime. And we have the bed a little bit disassembled because this is wet. And the edge of our pillows are wet, and the edge of the bed is a little wet. But not the tent's fault. It was our fault. I sure hope this weather breaks, because this is not the June I was looking forward to. I've been so excited to get up here in June and have it sunny and bright and all that, but no, that's not what we're getting. Trying to keep the stove going, gotta scavenge wood that's dry. I mean, it's just like August all over again. I don't get it. I'm feeling a little bit discouraged and disheartened, I must say. We will persevere. Wow, they're coming so close. So the Julka water system, the hot water heater, it works. I got it working yesterday. It's going to be great, but having just a little bucket for the pump is too small. So today we emptied one of our big tubs, and we're filling that with water, so that can be the source that we throw the pump end in to draw the hot water out until we get a long enough hose that we can just throw it in the lake, and that's the whole idea, but we don't have that hose right now. So I'm going out in the canoe with the little bucket, and I'm filling it, and I'm handing it back to Jack, and he is filling up this bucket, and we'll show you how we're doing it. I pulled myself up too far. Help me. All these things will be so much easier when we have a dock. Yeah.
Oh, fix those brakes. Brakes are a little sticky. Brakes are a little sticky. This might do it. Yeah. How you stand up and balance like that is amazing.
All right, our reservoir is fairly full. This is going to be good. Much better. See how easy it is? You can be just like Martha Stewart when you have a jewel cup. Woohoo! Here's the unit. Here's our reservoir that we just created. Here's the pump end that goes in there. And I can get a long enough hose, we can just throw that right in the lake and just draw straight from the lake, but we don't have that hose right now. So, and here's the pump, and you turn that on, and then you plug it in over here. Fortunately, they gave us a nice long cord, and we still have our Bluetti inside, so we plug it into the DC cigarette lighter port on the Bluetti, but if you were camping and you had your car, you could plug it in there too. And there we go, voila. Julka would be a great sponsor for this show, don't you think? Okay, end scene. Hallelujah. It looks like we're getting a tiny little break in the weather today. Since we came up a few days ago, it's been relentless. The rain has just been pouring, pouring, pouring. The bugs have been just unbearable. So I'm not going to lie to you. It's been kind of like a struggle to keep our morale up. We puttered around yesterday, and I worked on fashioning a headboard for the bed. It still needs work, but it's better than not having any headboard. It's a little wobbly, so I need to figure out some. So I'll do that, but today we finally have a dry enough day. It's not pouring, and there's enough of a breeze to help with the bugs that we're going to start whacking out the area to the outhouse. I mean, that's really all we're doing is we're trying to build an outhouse and a dock this summer. Billy is in charge of fixing the cabin, and there's really not much we can do without him. And he's going to be gone fishing for a few weeks. So it's really about getting that outhouse and the dock built. So we got to do what we can with these little moments of good weather and keep on keeping on. This is, of course, our little temporary throne that Jack built for us, which is working fine, but it's a shallow little hole. We got to hustle and get a real outhouse happening. And like I said, that's half of our main mission this year. So anyway, we want to put the outhouse, the real outhouse, back here in this little circle of no big trees. Probably be pretty easy digging. So the first thing is that we got to take out this, or at least a good chunk of this brush pile we made, and then clear out that little spot. So here we go. Got a little bit of sun, got a little bit of breeze, a little bit of hope in our hearts. Look at the watermelon berry plants. They're starting to flower so they can make berries. Everybody's in a hurry. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh, little bitty berries starting. Hurry, hurry. All right, here we go. These are some loppers that Billy was getting rid of and offered to us. We'll call them Cindy. And here's, of course, our whacker, or walker, whacker, wacko. Don't know what we'll name this. I've achieved a pathway into the clearing. Definitely going to be using Cindy a lot.
Have you tried the other whacker that we got at the
No, I haven't, but I tell you what, these loppers are working really good on the big branches and
Oh,
stuff.
good. Yeah, you got a good pair of them.
Yeah, this pair that's missing part of the handle there is really sharp.
Yeah.
So it works good.
And it's
What
got
I'm
a good
going to need you
lever on
for
it.
here too, honey, is that there's a old down spruce there that we'll need to get the chainsaw out and just cut up so we can move it.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'll get that ready too.
And there's a old birch snag here too we might want to take part of out. So we'll have to do the big equipment probably a little bit here and there in this clearing process. And here I am adding more brush to the brush pile. But I don't know what to do about this brush pile. So I got one of these when I realized that even the smallest of regular chainsaws was too hard for my shoulders at this point. So I'm going to use this little electric saw to whack down those alders over there, because that's saw worthy, but not too big for the little guy. Well, it's a very convenient little tool. Honestly, it's not very powerful. One of the things that we invested in for our comfort this year, or our attempts at comfort this year, is one of these little Thermacell mosquito devices. It's got a cartridge of some kind of liquid in it, and it's got a little igniter thing that just slowly burns this stuff. And it's supposed to give you like a 20-foot area of no bugs. And we have been using it a little bit. We've been using it, putting it out in the bathroom before we go out there in the morning. We used it a little bit over here the other day when we were trying to get some wood together because it was so cold and rainy. And it did seem to help. It seriously seemed to help. But this area right here is the ultimate test, because as we whack out these bushes, the mosquitoes are coming to life really bad, and the little breeze we had a little bit ago kind of died down. So we're having moments of just being swarmed. So this is really a very good test for the Thermacell, because it should kind of clear out this area. We'll see. I've had it out for a few minutes now. I'll ask Jack if it seems any better. Does it seem any better?
It really does. I mean, you got, like right here, they're starting to really go after me. But now, oh, see, you're holding it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does seem better.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's a worthy investment. I think the whole thing with some extra cartridges cost around $40 or something like that. But they make bigger ones too, and I'm pretty encouraged. I might invest in some more of those, because it's just hard to get anything done when you're just under constant attack. It's depressing, quite frankly. So yeah, I mean, I can see that there's less bugs there. Good job, Thermacell. Sponsor us. As you can see, we're making good progress. The sun is actually out. And it's been so bad, like I keep saying, since we got up here a few days ago, that we haven't even taken a boat ride yet. So we're going to actually take a break from this, and we are going to go for our first canoe ride this year. And that's exciting. I was in the canoe just briefly the other day when I picked it up, and I got dive bombed by a Bonaparte gull, so that's likely to happen again. I mean, I wasn't even close to shore, and it went after me, so they're very aggressive, as cute as they are. Anyway, Jack is dumping the rainwater out of the canoe, and I'm standing here watching. Okay, I gotta get in first since our boat is backwards from the water hauling process. Did you want to put a chunk of wood or something under the back seat? Or are you used to it being...
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
Yeah. Jack is finding a log. The seat is a bit broken, so he's going to put some under it to even it out. It's an old boat. Of course, now he's going to invent something. See, I told you. I told you he's going to invent something.
It's sort of a friendship. Two outcasts.
Those pieces of wood.
Dysfunctional outcasts that really had no purpose
until now. I want to cry.
Are you filming this?
No. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Whew. Good. Excellent job. I think you're okay. Looks like the log might collapse forward this way. But if I were you, I would take your platform off and just turn the log sideways.
It's really straight.
Is it? Does it feel good?
Super straight.
Okay. Let's roll with it. Here we go. To see what we shall see. First canoe ride of 2023.
Been a very nice day, a little cloudy on and off, but it was our first day with some sunshine and some breeze, and we actually got out there and got some work done. Now, as you can see, the wind is blowing and the clouds are rolling in. Jack is splitting some wood because we'll probably end up having to start a fire again this evening, or at least in the morning. It'll be chilly. And yeah, wind from the southwest, but still mostly south, and that's bound to bring bad weather. So I'm in the cabin in this little shell of a place and getting ready to cook some dinner. We've been here a while. We're getting kind of low on things a little bit. We could still live for a long time, but it just gets harder to dream up stuff to make. But I do have a lot of ham here that needs to be used. Still got a lot of cheese. And we have a lot of bagels still. So I'm going to make some like grilled, cheesy, hammy, bagely sandwiches. And my sister sent up some greens yesterday, so we'll have salad too. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cook.
wanted to give you guys a shot of this because, yeah, this is reality here. Like I like to say, this is not a reality show about Alaska. This is a show about reality in Alaska. This is the outside of our tent. This is the spot where our bed is on the inside. So you can see that they've just been flocking here all night like this is a blood festival. Woo! I gotta get back in. All right, well, we've got another not too horrible day. So we're getting some things done outside. Jack has begun the official groundbreaking of the outhouse. This will be a lovely spot for the outhouse, I think, in the middle of this little clearing. And I'm hoping not too difficult digging in that maybe there's not so many big tree roots to deal with. There is, of course, what they call the root mat of all the bushes and alders and cranberry bushes and stuff that were here. So there's...
Shortly before I learned how to ride a unicycle when I was under 10, or maybe about 10, I got a pogo stick. That was so fun. I don't know if you ever owned a pogo stick.
I tried, well, Zach did, and I tried it, but it wasn't for me.
You got to find that bouncing. I mean, if I thought I was jumping on a pogo stick, I would be going for the bounce.
Right.
And then that's where it was like, reminds me of when my dad used to sit me on his lap, and then he used to pretend like his lap was a horse. Stay on that horse, stay on that horse. And he went whoop, and it fell. It was like, ah! The same thing like this when you're doing the pogo, breaking roots. You don't know if you're going to sink or... So it's...
So your pogo sticking was training for digging an outhouse hole.
That's right, right.
Who knew? Yay.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's bush pogo.
Yep. And once again, the Thermacell is keeping him from having his blood sucked completely out of his body. And what I am up to on this not so horrible weather day is I went down to the big cabin and found an old soup pot laying around outside that John clearly doesn't use anymore. So I got that and I'm scrubbing it clean because I want to make some soup tonight, make some lentil soup. We're getting down to, less options on dinner and so forth. We're going to go out to town probably day after tomorrow. So on to this soup pot challenge here. So glad I have running hot water. It's going to be very helpful. Oh yeah. Got that pot clean. And I'm kind of pre-cooking the lentils a little bit in here because we had a fire going from this morning. It was pretty chilly when we woke up. So I might as well use some of that energy to pre-cook the lentils so that we don't need to use quite so much propane. So that's that plan. The other thing I worked on a little bit today is making more poles to hold up the tent fly, because I really like that idea of keeping it out like that, because the guy lines just make the footprint of the tent like twice as big. And see, if we replace these guidelines on this side with the pole method, then it won't be blocking off the trail. So, yeah, little projects like that to make life better. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I should be inside working on video, but it's... this is what we call too nice a day not to be outside.
And what did you just bring us, John? For what reason?
These are conchs. They grow on the side of birch trees. And this is what the Athabascans used for centuries to deal with mosquitoes. They didn't have pick or deep woods off or anything. What they did is they'd build what we call a smudge fire. Just a small fire, you get a bed of coal, you get these smoldering, and it's a toxin to mosquitoes.
Oh, awesome.
It's fine for humans. But once these get smoking, like as we can see, we just got a little smoke, and already there's of course we got a little breeze helping. But
hopefully that'll help, because it's been, whoo boy.
Oh, I know, I've been doing all right in the cabin.
Yeah, we're okay in the tent, but man, the minute we step out, it's like run for your life. Today we're going to make a town run. It's a nice day, and we are out of a lot of things. A lot of the fresh food we're out of. We'd like to get some ice. That would be like a big luxury to have some cold drinks and things. Gonna get some more gas and mosquito picks and matches and lighters and just some fundamental things. I also need to get some of the things out of the bus that I didn't realize I hadn't left up here, like dish soap and sponges, and I was trying to clean that pot yesterday with a piece of wood. It worked, but I'd like to have a sponge. Can I have a sponge, please? Pookie's gonna hold down the fort. She's sitting right here listening to me. And so she's okay with being left alone for an afternoon. Right, Shug? She's like Buddha. She's so wise. She doesn't have to say anything. So that's the plan. And on the way in, we're going to reconnect the wheel to Steve's ATV, which is sitting out in the woods. And then I will drive our ATV and Jack will drive Steve's, and we'll get that into town to him. So those are our missions today, and hopefully the weather will hold. We are going to pick up our rain gear too while we're going, because we need that up here, not down there. Yeah, so that's the plan. Okay, Shuggy, you're in charge. You're going to hold down the fort today. I think she's got it.
Alrighty, getting ready to make our mercy run into town. Pick up Steve's ATV on the way. This lens looks dirty. And just get some stuff, and hopefully I'll be able to upload another episode, because I have one ready, and I'm hoping that it'll upload fast enough. We'll see. I may have to leave my computer in town. Alright, getting ready to go while the day holds. Here is the patient du jour, and I'm going to get this Thermacell going immediately. Try and create a bug-free zone for these guys to work in. Here we go, Thermacell. Don't let me down. It's not going on, not so far now.
No, it's just he needs a new axe. I'm gonna try this. Let me just. There's not enough. This is not.
Okay, well, rescue mission aborted then. Combination of the heavy rain we've been having and probably still snow melt happening has erased the beach right now. The river is very high. I am running wild. Let me. Okay, well, the nice day we had as we left for town ended. By the time we got to town, it was raining. We did our errands in the rain, made it most of the way home.
without the rain, but then it started again pretty good. So we're pretty wet and miserable. We just got back. I'm unpacking. As you can see, everything is just mud bathed. I mean, the trail is just a bloody nightmare again. And the eggs that I thought I had packed carefully enough, a lot of them broke. Most of them broke. So now I've got a broken egg, messy nightmare in here. Isn't that fun? And I thought, this is so much misery. I need to film this. And we're trying to unpack, and the mosquitoes are just swarming like frickin' locusts. And my cool kitschy idea of doing poles for the fly turned out to be a total fail, and the fly was falling off. So Jack is having to quickly fix that before we settle in and get dry for the night. So there, this is reality in Alaska.